Dear friends and colleagues, in a late plenary on 18th December 2022, COP15 of the Convention on Biological Diversity adopted the Kunming-Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework. That historic moment in snow-clad Montreal brought an important fresh impetus to our journey together towards halting and reversing the loss of biodiversity of our world. The second anniversary of the framework is a time to celebrate achievements, but also to accelerate implementation. To date, 119 countries have submitted national targets aligned with the Global Biodiversity Framework. Additionally, 44 parties have submitted national biodiversity strategy and action plans, so-called NBSUPs, the policy documents that articulate how the national biodiversity targets aligned with the framework will be achieved. I want to stress that it is essential that all parties that have not yet done so submit updated or revised NBSUPs as soon as possible. At COP16 in Cali, Colombia, parties to the CBD acknowledged the need for accelerated implementation, but they also highlighted the need for commitments to be met in order that the world close the biodiversity finance gap of over $700 billion a year. Before COP16 was suspended for absence of quorum, many key decisions were agreed, including a decision operationalizing the multilateral mechanism on benefit sharing from the use of digital sequence information on genetic resources, including a global fund that they branded as the Kali Fund. A monumental decision which established a permanent subsidiary body dedicated to Article 8J of the Convention, which will elevate the level of participation of indigenous peoples and local communities in the functioning of the CBD. And an agreement on ecologically or biologically significant marine areas, or EPSAs, that will help with efforts to identify the most critical and vulnerable parts of the ocean. As parties prepare for the resumed COP16 session in Rome in early 2025, they should take immediate steps in at least 3 priority areas. First, to foster broad participation and synergies by activating a whole-of-society approach to implementation and bringing down silos that have hampered action. Second, to bring about a surge in national implementation. The areas for action by parties are many, including addressing the incentives that go to economic activities harming biodiversity, introducing nationally appropriate frameworks for disclosures on nature dependencies and impacts, and building capacity and technical support through initiatives such as the NBSUP Accelerator Partnership and the recently designated sub-regional support centers. And finally, to strengthen national monitoring systems. Tracking progress against the targets is vital. Robust national monitoring systems constitute a prerequisite for the effective implementation of the KMGBF. On the second anniversary of its adoption, let's celebrate our successes. But remember that the world is in a race against the clock to make peace with nature. To win that race, we all need to step up, team up, and scale up.